Today we're talking about the surface area of prisms. We're going to be looking at rectangular prisms and triangular prisms. So a lateral face of a solid is any flat surface that is not a base. The lateral surface area of a solid is the sum of the areas of its lateral faces. And I'll show you what these mean in just a second, or what these look like. The total surface area of a solid is the sum of the areas of all its surfaces. So let's look at the formulas for these. L is going to be our lateral, and I'm going to abbreviate, surface area. Okay? And that formula is pH. That P is going to represent the perimeter of the base. S is going to be our total surface area. And the formula for that, we can use two different formulas. We can do L, lateral surface area, plus 2 times the area of the base, or we can do pH plus 2b. If a problem asks you to find both lateral and total, you can find the lateral and then just substitute that in for the total. Now we should be familiar with big B. Big B is the area of the base. Now let's look at what this looks like on our actual 3D figure. So on our rectangular prism, the base is here and here. That's why we have 2B, the area of two bases, because we've got two bases, the one on the bottom and the one on the top here. So that is big B. P, perimeter, is here. It's the perimeter of the base. So this outlined in green is, oops, that's a P, should be a P, is perimeter. Now H is going to be the height of the prism. So we have the area of the base here, P, the perimeter of the base, and then height. Now lateral surface area is the sum of the areas that are not the bases. So that's going to be this around. That's the lateral. Okay, let's look at the triangular prism. In a triangular prism, our base is a triangle. Always the triangle. Because these are the two parallel congruent bases. So those are our bases, and that's the area of our base. So that would be our big B. Now perimeter is going to be the triangle, all the sides of the triangle. That's our big P. And then the height is going to be the height of the prism. And then the lateral faces are going to be these rectangular shapes there. Okay, so now that you know what each part is, let's look at how to work these problems. So let's look at this first one. It wants us to find the lateral surface area and the total surface area. So when I'm finding the lateral surface area, I need to find the perimeter first, and then since I'm going to find the total surface area, I have to find the area of the base as well. So I'm going to start with big P. My base is a rectangle, so I'm going to do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So P equals 2 times 5 plus 2 times 3. So the perimeter is 10 plus 6, which is 16 yards. Okay, now we're going to look at the area of the base. So the base is a rectangle, so I'm doing length times width, 5 times 3. The area of my base is 15 square yards. So I have my perimeter and my base, and now I'm going to use those numbers to substitute into my lateral and my total surface area. So remember that lateral is perimeter times height. So L equals 16 times the height of my prism, which is 4. Okay, so 16 times 4 is 64 square yards. That's my lateral. Now I can substitute my lateral in for my total surface area. So lateral was 64, big B was 15, so my total surface area is 64 plus 30, and that is 94 square yards. So all I'm doing is finding the perimeter and the area of the base first, and then I'm substituting those in for lateral, and then when I find my lateral, I'm substituting that in for my total. Now let's look at a triangular prism. My base is the triangle. So I'm going to use a different pen here. I'm going to find the perimeter first. That's 6 plus 8 plus 10. So my perimeter is going to be 24 inches. Next, I'm going to find the area of my base. Remember, this is a triangle, so we're doing 1/2 base times height. Remember, base and height of the triangle are going to be perpendicular to one another. We don't need this 10 because that's a hypotenuse. Our base and our height are perpendicular. They form the right angle. So my base is 8 and my height is 6. 1/2 of 8 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24 square inches. So I found my perimeter. I found my base, area of my base. Now I'm going to find lateral, which is perimeter times height. My perimeter was 24, and my height is going to be 7 because it's the height of the prism, not the height of the triangle, the height of the prism. So 24 times 7. So my lateral surface area is 168 square inches. Now I'm going to substitute that in for total. L plus 2B. So 168 plus 2 times the area of my base, which was 24. So 168 plus 48. And we get 216 square inches for our total. So again, we're going to find our perimeter of the base, the area of the base, and then substitute those in for lateral and total surface area. We'll go into more depth with surface area in class.